Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach you a poem 3.3 Stopping by Woods on Snowy Evening. The poem is written by Robert Frost. Robert Frost was an American poet. In this poem, the poet describes a little incident happening in a snowy evening. As a traveler, the poet is fascinated by the beautiful scenes in the woods. He stops to enjoy, but his mind urges him to go on. The title of the poem suggests that this poem is a nature poem. How we say here, listen. Here the woods, snow, evening, these are the three elements of a nature. And so this poem is a nature poem. Now we will see the first stanza. Whose woods these are? I think I know. His house is in the village. These are the first and second line. Whose woods these are? I think I know. Here the speaker or the poet says, whose woods he knows, whose woods are those where he stopped. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. These are the third and fourth line. The explanation is like this. The owner of the woods lives in the village, so he will not see the speaker stopping there to watch the woods fill up with snow. The rhyme scheme of the first stanza is A, B, A. Now the second stanza, my little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. These are the first and second line. According to the speaker, his little horse must think it a strange thing to stop at a place where there is no farmhouse and the owner is stopped there. This thing horse also feels strange. Third line, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Here the poet is stopped at the woods, between the woods and frozen lake. Where the poet is stopped, there is no farmhouse and one side there is a frozen lake. And the atmosphere is the darkest evening of the year. It means that is the 21st December of the year. Now this is the explanation of second stanza. Here the third stanza of the poem. He gives his harness bell a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The explanation is like this. The little horse gives a shake to the bells attached to its neck as if to ask whether there was any mistake. Here shake means to move. Shake means here to move. Now the third line and fourth line, to the only other sound, the sweeps of easy wind and downy play. These are the third and fourth line of this stanza. the only sounds heard other than jingling of the bells were the sounds of wind blowing and downing flake means falling of a snow. Next stanza, that is the last stanza of the poem. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. The explanation of the fourth stanza is like this. The speaker was captivated by lovely, dark and deep woods. He reminds himself that he cannot stay on because he has promises to keep. Here, promises means the duties, responsibilities in our life. Poet reminds himself he cannot stay in that forest for a long time because he reminds to perform the duties and responsibilities in his real life. There are many things to do before he goes to sleep. In our actual life, there are many duties, many things human beings have to perform from birth to death. This is actual meaning of the poem. The implied meaning of the poem, here the third and fourth line, and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. It means there are many things to do, or in other words, the poet has to perform many duties and responsibilities before a death. Here the word sleep symbolizes. Here the word sleep means death. The meaning of the word sleep means death. The word sleep symbolizes a death. And here I think this is the explanation of last stanza, and the rhyme scheme is used in the last stanza is A. In the last stanza, first line, take the example. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. Here the figure of speech alliteration is used. Why do you say alliteration is used? Very simple answer. The word D is repeated. The letter D is repeated. The beginning of the word, and so here the rhyming scheme, not the rhyming scheme, sorry. Here the figure of speech alliteration is used, and I think this is the explanation of whole poem. I hope that you may understand this poem. Thank you.